devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand. Call
What up? What up? How's everybody doing? Welcome to RossonARI TV. We are doing AC Milan midweek news. Yes, because we have a full week of nothing. So why not talk about some of the reports that are coming out regarding the market, since we are getting close to the market. In 3 weeks, the beginning of the winter transfer market. We will have the beginning of the winter transfer market. So there's reports of some players that apparently are already Milan players. Some of these reports are very bold. They're pretty much stating that these operations are done or on the verge of being done. That they're pretty much they're not official yet, but they're pretty much saying that these operations have been concluded. So very bold reports. We have to go see them and look at what they're all about. And then some interesting topics regarding the Atalanta game, because that's coming up next. The table this year is absolutely insane. The Serie A table this year is crazy. The distance between, last time I checked, the distance between 9th place and 4th place is only 4 points. So literally everybody is there, still hunting for the top 4. Right now, Roma just got in the top four on goal difference against Napoli. Napoli went down to fifth. Inter, huge performance against Napoli. Can talk a little bit about that since there's a lot of there's a lot of talk about referees. Why don't we get that out of the way, since that is one of the big topics of the week. I mean, guys, like if you saw that game with your own eyes, there was absolutely no question about it. Inter was going to win that game no matter what. They didn't need any referees or anything like that. Like that game was going to go Inter's way no matter what. Inter was clearly the superior team. Inter clearly has shown to have become the best team in Serie A right now in this current moment. But form is unpredictable, guys. Remember this about football: form can be unpredictable. But right now, they are 100% the best team in Serie A. They have the best mentality. They have the best execution of tactics. They have the best roster. They have the best team behind the roster. They have the best managerial team. They have the best everything right now. So clearly, they're the best team. And they showed it against Napoli. Now, Napoli, in my opinion, guys, I've said this before. I said it last year. De Laurentiis destroyed the Napoli he had. If he would have added on to what he had last year, instead of losing so many pieces, I'm really curious to see what Napoli will look like this year. De Laurentiis, guys, probably just as bad as Jerry this year. He's probably just as bad as Jerry this year, and that's saying a lot. He completely destroyed that project. So Spalletti gone, Kim gone, not replaced. He didn't replace Lozano. Giuntoli gone. New coach comes, changes things a little bit, gets fired. Another coach comes in. What a mess. What a mess, De Laurentiis, guys. Right now, De Laurentiis has to be the donkey of the Serie A for what he has, for how he has managed his team this summer. Anyway, having said that, Inter clearly top of the league for a reason. The mental development and the mental evolution and the mental growth that I've seen from Inter is very impressive. It's very impressive. And to be honest, that mental jump in quality, I thought in the beginning of the season we were going to see that from Roma. But Inter kind of did what I thought Roma was going to do. Just have that jump in mental in mentality. Roma, they're coming back. They're winning a lot of games. They have a very tough schedule in front of them. So this is definitely going to be a make or break for Roma these upcoming weeks. Milan, on the other hand, has a schedule that is maybe easier. I mean, Milan has already played against all the bigger teams right now in the first half. So we only have a few, uncomfortable teams left. Uncomfortable meaning they have quality players. The issue right now that Milan needs to contend with is this: that the teams we're playing against at this point in the season are not trying to figure out things anymore. Now they're swimming. They're swimming and they're rowing. And it's not easy to just go in their stadium and act like superstars and think you're going to beat them. It's not going to be like that. So Milan needs to get in the right mentality and make sure that they keep focus on the sporting aspect and they don't get complacent, and they treat these games against those smaller teams with the utmost importance, because that keeps on being Milan's sin. So in theory, Milan right now has a path to stay amongst the top in the group. They do have a path that is, the obstacles aren't too crazy. They're there. There's some obstacles. I believe we still have to play. Well, we have to play Atalanta, which is going to be a difficult game. We have to play Sassuolo. which is always, for some reason, a very difficult game. We have to play Salernitana. Watch out for Salernitana, because these teams here, the team that is last down on the league, watch out for these teams, because you never know. Like, you will never expect to lose against Salernitana, right? You will never expect it in a million years. But then all of a sudden, shit like that happens. So those are the real obstacles that we have. As far as Juventus goes, they have a big game against Napoli. This can be a make or break for Napoli, because if Napoli loses against Juve, Napoli will risk a big psychological blow. And if Roma wins against Udinese, Roma gets a huge psychological blow, and now Roma will be galvanized to stay in that top four. If Milan wins against Atalanta, we're good. We got nothing to worry about. As long as we win, whatever happens, the beauty. That's the beauty of winning. That as long as you win, whatever happens behind you or in front of you does not matter. It doesn't matter. Now, what does matter is when you win, because there is a pressure game that is part of football and competition. For example, Juventus and Napoli are playing right away, right? They're playing right away. So Juventus, if Juventus wins, that is going to put pressure on Inter. And then, that pressure continues to amount. If Milan wins, that is going to put pressure on the teams in front of us. But if Milan loses, it's going to take off pressure. If Milan wins, we're going to... Yeah, if Milan just needs to win. Anyway, let me say hi to chat. What's up? Let's go. Forza Milan. Looks like Cardinale wants a partner investor and is not selling. Even having partners would not help us find in the mercato. Yeah, what's up, my man? So I did see this. This report. He's just basically trying to get more money because he's got a big lender's loan to pay back. I mean, it's 600 million, so he has to pay that back. He's got 1 year and a half. He's got 2 years to pay that back. It's a lot of money. So he's looking for more investors, more capital, more money flow, to make sure that everything is clean and the balances are clean, are in the green, etc., etc. That's at least what I took from it. That's why he's doing it. Forza Soccer. Can we qualify if PSG draw and we win? Honestly, I don't know. Let's find out. Let me check. I'll check right now. It's a good question. Okay, so Milan right now has 5 points. So Dortmund has gone through no matter what. Dortmund is through. So Dortmund really doesn't have any results they're fighting for. So I'm assuming Dortmund is going to play second lines. Now, I don't know if PSG wins. Let's see. So if PSG wins, they go to 10 points. Like Dortmund. Goal difference. What? Okay, so Dortmund. It would depend on the goal difference. At that point. So they are playing for first spot. Okay, so Dortmund is still playing for first spot if they care about the first spot, but they might not. They might just put second lines and be happy just to go through. But anyway, if PSG draws, they go to 8. Milan go to 8 as well if we win, and the goal difference is pretty big. We are at -4, while PSG would be at 1. Is at 1, so we would have to go. We would have to win by what, 6, 7 goals. some shit like that. If a metric of a goal difference is what is going to be used. But we only have one result, and it's winning. We cannot tie. If we tie, we are out. If we lose, we're out. We can only win. That's the only result we have. Yes, right. Maldini is dropping bombs, and Lord Krunic is leaving. Maldini is incredible. Maldini is an incredible, exceptional person. Like Maldini is a superhero. Maldini is the most incredible football personality, one of the most incredible football personalities that has ever existed. He is creme de la creme. And yeah, what he's saying are things that a lot of us kind of already sensed, but he got even a little bit deeper. It's very disappointing that what happened, man. It is very disappointing to me because I was 100% convinced. I was like, for me, it was like you can just relax at the beach and don't worry about anything. But with Maldini in charge, you're destined to win trophies. You're destined to win trophies. There's no way you don't. You can have like bad moments, but Maldini's going to figure them out. He's going to know how to get out of those moments, and he's going to grow from those moments because Maldini knows how to grow from those moments. He's got all the qualities to do that, to lead a sporting area, a technical area to do that, a team to do that, a roster to do it. He's got all the perfect qualities. He's literally the perfect element for a team like Milan to have direct the technical area. He's perfect. And his work showed it. The guy came in, his influence on the squad, him being the leader of the technical area, but really, really the work he did with the players, that's the key right there. And I think this is where a lot of people just don't get this concept, like the relationship that you build with those players and the wisdom that you give them, and basically just your presence and your history and the reverence. Because footballers, guys, any professional footballer, for them, listen to me, just achieving a fifth of what Maldini has achieved would be a dream come true. Would be like like incredible. Maybe a sixth, a seventh, an eighth. So we're talking about a player that is widely respected in the football community. Sorry, a person that is widely respected in the football community that should not be treated that way. Anyway, whatever. PSG has to lose. We are way behind in goal differences. Yeah. Roy, was Leao wearing a skirt last time? Okay, listen, his dress style was not the best in my opinion. It just didn't look good. I see Inter having a run like Napoli from last year. It hurts, but that is quite the reality. Inter might win UCL 2. They just can't lose. That's tough. I mean, winning the Scudetto and the Champions League is very difficult. I don't know if Inter has a roster that is good enough to really handle both competitions at super high levels. Because essentially, if you want to go through the Champions League and you want to keep on winning in the Champions League, but you need a fresh squad for the Serie A too in order to stay with the Juventus, with the Milans, with the other teams, because those teams are pushing. So the question is, and I don't know, maybe they do. I don't know. For me, it's just a question. Is their roster good enough to do both at super high levels? Last year, they got to the final of the Champions League, but the Serie A, even though they finished in the top 4, they lost many games. They did not manage the Serie A in a great way. This year, so far, it seems like they're managing both Champions League and Serie A perfectly. Now, if that can last, in February, March, and April, then they're definitely winning the Serie A for sure. But the UCL, I think they're contenders. Yeah, I definitely agree. Milan for life. Milan for life. All right, so let's get into some of these reports. So the first one that we need to look at is this one here, because this is very important. Atalanta has a lot of injury issues as well. I saw them play against Torino on Monday, and to be honest with you, I wasn't very impressed. Torino was pushing them in their own box for even when Torino had the result. So Atalanta wasn't even able to chase the result. They were still defending their goal when they needed to get the result, which says a lot about either the fitness of the team or the technical, the players that are lacking there. And to me, that could be a good sign, because Milan could possibly take advantage of that. After the loss against Torino, Piero Gasperini stated in his post-match press conference that he is struggling with injuries at the back. However, in recent days, the situation does not seem to have improved, leaving him in a defensive debacle. Calciomercato has today written that Rafael Toloi, Jose Palomino, and Berat Jimsiti will not be available for the clash. Oh, shit. There has only been worsened by the fact that Said Kolasinac is also a risk for the fixture, having trained alone today. This leaves Gasperini with only Giorgio Scalvini as the only fit natural central defender available to him. As a result, returning Davide Zappacosta, Matteo Ruggeri, or Hansen Berg will have to play in the middle of defense. Damn. So they're in a crisis. They're 100% in a crisis, because that is not just a crisis for the starting spot, for the starting 11, but even in the long run, when you have to make subs, you don't have options anymore. So that's a crisis for Atalanta. We're definitely playing against a wounded animal. Alternatively, there is a chance that Martin Derun could again take place in the middle of Lada's back three, as he did in the 3-0 loss against Torino. Whichever solution Gasperini opts for, Milan seemingly gains an instant advantage. Using any of the 4 options, at least one player will play in an unnatural position. If Kolasinac does not recover, there will have to be 2 makeshift defenders. Okay. Given that Rafael reportedly is recovering quicker than expected and Lovre Giroud is returning, Milan will have to be predatorial and take advantage of another team's woes, something they have been a victim of too much already this season. Interesting. Very interesting. I saw Atalanta play, and they did not look convincing. Torino just went through them. Torino also it's not like they have that much quality, right? Like, I was watching Torino. The overall level of quality of that game was it wasn't poor, but it wasn't great either. So I didn't see quality anywhere. And if Torino can kind of do that to Atalanta, I think we got it. I think we got this game. I mean, we should have this game. Atalanta has injured guys like us in defense. Hope we can take advantage of that. Yeah, what's going on, guys? We've got GTA 6 before Milan's AFUCL. Seeing Zapata score against Atalanta felt weird. Yeah, anyway, so there is an advantage there. I don't think we have. Well, actually, we do have the same injury crisis in defense. They're missing Scamacca. We're missing Leao. Because, I mean, in defense, we only have Tomori that is fit. Maybe Kjaer is back. Hmm. All right, so let's talk about these three signings that the media is saying are pretty well. These signings, no, but Miranda. So let's talk about Miranda a little bit. It is already well known that AC Milan will be active in the January Mercato. As such, predictions regarding how Milan may line up have already started to be formed. This morning edition of La Gazzetta dello Sport revealed that the Rossoneri are lining up 3 deals to reignite their Scudetto charge. Damn. Guys, imagine if Jerry and the boys gave all this energy to Maldini. Oh shit, shit is not going well. Okay, here. We're gonna give you 3 players, 3 big players, Maldini. Don't worry. No, we'll give you the Ecuadorian goalkeeper that comes from the second division. Blah blah blah. Guys, come on. What is going on here? What is going on? This was a complete sabotage operation. They sabotaged Maldini. What the fuck? Yo, bruh, what the hell? They fucking sabotaged him. Is it this easy, guys? Look at this. Hey, shit, season isn't going too good. Okay, January, let's get 3 big players. Boom, boom, boom. But when Maldini was there, no. We'll get you like an 18-year-old maybe from we'll get you from Red Star Academy, and we'll tell the people that he's a superstar. Blah blah blah. Guys, come on. What is going on here? What is going on here? We're not all of us are stupid. Firstly, they will finalize the deal for Juan Miranda, the Real Betis fullback. Next, they plan to add Jacob Kiwior and Jonathan David to the squad, both of whom the club have had a long-standing interest in signing. Given Hernandez has become a bit of a revelation at centre-back, the signing of Miranda offers Stefano Pioli cover should he choose to play the French man centrally. Alternatively, should the Italian wish to rest his starting left-back, Miranda is a more than capable option instead of being forced to use a right-back on their opposite side. So the way I'm seeing this Miranda operation, it's basically similar to the Ballo-Touré operation. It is a player that maybe is not worth a whole lot of money. I think it's only 2 million, and therefore it's a player that doesn't have much market. Yeah, meaning Barcelona is not after him, Real Madrid is not after him, Bayern Munich is not after him, if this is what his price is. So obviously this is a Ballo-Touré-esque kind of operation. I'm assuming just because of this value, we're not getting a top level player, but maybe he is. But I'm just assuming from the value of the operation. Jacob Kiwior, this guy has experience in the Serie A, Polish defender. We were linked to him before. This could be a decent operation. He already knows the Serie A. This could be a good operation, I think, if we get the Jacob Kiwior. I think it would definitely give depth to the center back position. He is a center back, right? Yes, I believe he is a center back. What's up, Herbert? When we linked with Miranda before Maldini was fired, Miranda is a La Masia product, if I'm not mistaken. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, and then Jonathan David. Jonathan David, this season, bad, very bad season for him right now. But Jonathan David definitely has qualities. The thing about Jonathan David is that he's different from Giroud. So, in my opinion, when you have a player like Jonathan David, I think, look, this is my 100% my what I think the evolution of Milan should be on the field. go to a two-man attacking system, and Leao needs to be one of those two, right? Don't give him a role. Just put Leao there. Say, do whatever the fuck you want, man. Like, don't even worry about anything. Whatever. Leao is going to just play in his pockets of space. He's going to do what he wants, but he needs to be closer to the goal and attack the goal rather than just attack down the line. And then the other guy, someone that is a little bit more organized, someone that has a little bit more, playmaking abilities, and someone that knows how to do the runs of a center forward as well. So I think that pairing, Leao, Jonathan David up top, could be a very good pairing from a tactical standpoint, because you have one player that is a little bit more anarchy driven, while the other player, Jonathan Davis, is more organized from what I'm seeing, from what I've seen so far. So it could be a good pair, and they could complement each other, essentially. The best formula, in my opinion, is what Roma is doing. Roma has Lukaku, who is a great prototype center forward that can, outmuscle center backs and shield the ball super tightly and then lay it off. And then partnered with a second striker like Dybala, who's extremely good playmaker. So that formula right there is a killer formula. I think Leao, Jonathan David is also, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a killer formula like Lukaku Dybala. I think that is a great formula. But Jonathan David is also very good formula. Jonathan David, Leao as two strikers. So this operation could be good if the QR comes in. I think it can be a good thing for the defensive depth of the team. And Jonathan David, if he comes in, if the team changes to two-man offense, I think he'll be very effective. Now, if we keep on playing a 4-2-3-1, which seems to be what we're doing under Pioli, he will be played as a center forward and Leao as basically attacking left mid. I don't know. I don't know what that would look like. I don't know. Given Hernandez has become a bit of a revelation. What? Hernandez has not become a revelation at center back. He played one game, and that's it. The signing of Miranda offers Stefano Pioli cover should he choose to play the Frenchman centrally. Alternatively, should the Italian wish to rest his starting left back, Miranda is more of a capable option instead of being forced to use right back on their opposite side. The RossonARI's biggest hindrance this season has been their depth or lack of it in central defense. As such, adding Jacob Cure to their ranks not only strengthens their depth, but also strengthens their starting defensive structure. Now, in all fairness, we do have a lot of depth in defense. We have Kalulu, we have Tomori, we have Chow, we have Kjaer. So we do have players, right? And I think I'm probably missing someone. But the issue is that they're all injured. Literally all of them except for Tomori are injured. So that's an anomaly. That's not an issue with depth. That is not an issue with depth. Now, Cure and in a Cure would be good though. He would bring depth. Jonathan David looks like another scam, like the mighty Chukwueze. I think Jonathan David is better than Chukwueze. I think Jonathan David is better than Chukwueze. We need to sign an Italian player for diversity. That is hilarious. That is fucking hilarious. We need to sign an Italian player for diversity. We need a striker physically structured. David doesn't look like one. A physically structured striker. Who do you suggest? Give me some names if you're still here. Hisham is diversity is what matters the most these days. That shit is hilarious. Hilarious. Okay, so Miranda so far, my assessment of Miranda, based on his value, is that he's probably a player of the level of Balotelli, meaning that kind of impact. Now, if he comes from La Masia, that is a pretty high level school of football, so he should know how to keep the ball. He should have the technique to possess. Let's see what kind of impact he will have. QWAR, as I said, I think it's a good operation if we make that happen. It's good for depth. Jonathan David, I don't see David as a lone center forward, in my opinion. If we pair him up with Leao up top in 2, I think it'll be a great pairing. Otherwise, it is a okay signing. Yeah. Kevin Lasagna. That's my suggestion. Someone like Zeko. I mean, I agree. If we play a 4-2-3-1, yeah, absolutely. I think Scamacca is like the perfect player. Scamacca, Boniface, the guy that is doing really well in Germany. He was perfect. Who else? I think that's it. I think those were the only 2. Roy, I don't want to hype everybody needlessly, but I have highly credible sources telling me that the Arab rumors are true. Don't know about InvestCorp or whether a complete sale is on the table. Wait, hold on. What rumors? What rumors are true? Please clarify. Muller. Yes, Muller, guys, is not signing or renewing his contract with Bayern. He might be available. Would I take Robert? What's his name? Is it Robert or Michael? I don't remember. Would I take him? Good question, guys. What would you guys do? Would you take Muller? I've only been told that there really is interest from some Arab entities to buy the club. Okay, so listen, I read also that the people that want to buy the club also want to bring back Maldini, but I don't know how much I believe these reports right now. Okay, so if you have any other insider info, let us know. Pioli can only play 4-2-3-1. I mean, right now that's the system he's developed. He's been doing it for 4 years now. It's Roy, my issue is that if we get strikers alike, Andrea Silva, but our team's creative side is bad, they underperform. Our creative side, our creativity comes mostly from Leao, and it is basically Leao going down the left side and then put it in the crosses. Most of our creativity, most of our offensive pressure comes like that, the majority of it. Then I think Pulisic is showing his own. He's good. He's doing fine. Pulisic is doing fine. He sometimes it seems like he can't figure out the puzzle. We've seen him play that he just can't figure out the puzzle in front of him. But when he does, he can create some good things. I mean, in theory, we need top level. We need the best of the best, guys. This is the way it should be. Like the only answer to this is you get the best of the best. That's it. That's how you get creativity. Chunk sources Longoni. I smell bullshit. Yeah. You think so? You think so, hey? So Krunic, Vitiello says Krunic wants to leave. Guys, isn't that incredible? The universe I used to live in, I used to live in a universe a long time ago. I guess it is a long time ago, where players like Krunic, their dream was to play for Milan and stay with Milan forever, no matter what. Now, players at the level of Krunic want to get the hell out of Milan. Wow. Crazy. Insane. It's probably high. It's probably high. Pulisic so far the best buy of last summer. Yeah, I think the numbers suggest that he is for sure. Krunic is already out of Milan mentally. He used to be a solid player. Now, honestly speaking, listen, let's give credit to Krunic. Like Krunic has grown immensely from when he first joined. He's always been a player that never gave any issues to the locker room. Always accepted his role. Very difficult to do his role because it's a role that doesn't give you much continuity. You're a utility man that gets used when there's holes that need to be filled. So he's done very good at that. You have to give him that. But objectively speaking, if you want a top level midfield, Krunic can't be your point of reference of that midfield. That's that's a harsh reality. Krunic is already out of Milan mentally. Used to be a solid player. I don't know. I've only been told that there are Arab investors who are interested in Milan. I don't know if it is the Saudi PIF, the Qatar Bank, or group of sheikhs. I don't know if it has anything to do with Maldini, if we want to buy the whole club, but the source is highly credible and it doesn't come from the internet. Okay, so basically you're saying that there is a desire for one of these financial entities to buy Milan. Okay, so that's basically a confirmation of what was being reported. If this is true, what you're saying. I wonder if the numbers are true as well, because I think the numbers that the media reported was somewhere around 1.4 billion. I think I remember reading that number, but these reports came out a long time ago. Now, the reports about the investors right now are obviously there's something going on with the Middle East for sure, because Milan has built infrastructure in I believe in Abu Dhabi, right? And they're building infrastructure in the Middle East, and now they went to the Middle East to look for investors. Obviously, there's some kind of operation. Something is brewing for sure. Something is brewing for sure. But let's see. If they give us the 12-13 million vote, different story, obviously. Krunic non si tocca, se lo vendono tutti in... Ma vaffanculo. Because Pioli always plays Krunic no matter what. Now he thinks he's real good. Well, I think Krunic is just a very smart player, and he's very I guess he's found a lot of confidence. So I see why Pioli likes Krunic. Like Krunic is a player that doesn't get intimidated anymore. He's very stoic on the field. He's he's got a good head on his shoulders, you can tell. So I see why Pioli finds value in him. But quality, my friend, quality. If they give us the 12-13 million vote, different story, obviously. Yeah. I guess that means that Benacer just comes in and fills the slot. Then we have to just bring in another midfielder that is going to be back of the line kind of thing, a youngster. Paul e lui che vuole andare via. It seems we will get 8 million for Krunic max. What about Divock Origi? What up, Nathan? How you doing, my man? We are Arnie's. That's a demon, right? It's highly successful person who's worked in football for a long time and is close to the Arab world. That's all I can say. All right. P.S. He's not wrong in asking for Vissam. He's asking from us. Look how many games he plays. Come on. Always like Krunic attitude, but if he wants to go, I won't lose sleep over it. Now, listen, Krunic is asking for, I believe, okay, again, these are the numbers of the media saying. So this is what we have to go with. He's asking for something somewhere around 3 million euros a year. So it's not even that much, to be honest with you, or 3.5 million, something like that. It's not that much in compared to the Senators, who are 4 million, 5 million, etc., etc. The issue with Krunic is that there's no decreto crescita, so they can't really, give him what he wants. And that is probably one of the issues, that because these guys fucking love that decreto crescita, and for them, decreto crescita makes them, I don't know, jizz in their pants every time they fucking see that they can use the decreto crescita. But yeah, there's no decreto crescita with Krunic. Therefore, the question is, if you give him what he wants, that means that you're paying him somewhere around 7 million, right? With a decreto crescita, they'd probably pay him 4 million, and he'd be getting 3 million. Forza decreto crescita, vai! Look at that, man. Paul loves this shit. He fucking loves it. Turkish teams are willing to pay more on wages than Cartellino. It's an expensive operation from what I saw for the Turkish league. Krunic exit is the best news of the year. Well, it's a good news. It's good news if he gets replaced by someone that is better. That is better. Now, from what I'm seeing, Milan is going all in with this Moneyball thing, and they're getting youngsters. I'm seeing that Milan is being linked with youngsters. I see that some people are excited about these youngsters, and they might be really good prospects, but it's youngsters. It's like, at a certain point, you got to put in top G's in the squad. Like top G's. Okay, like you got to put in top G's. You can't put in potential players that are growing. There's going to be a certain point where the team needs to transition into a team that plays with players that have developed rather than that are growing. That's how you win. Not sure if we're building Milan or Milan youth. Right. That's a good one. Krunic is one of the last survivors of the 5-0 Atalanta incident. Yeah, that's true. Crazy. Getting a competent DM is a must. Yeah, absolutely. There are some that were good opportunities this summer, like Amrabat, but he got injured then. So if we would have gotten Amrabat, would he have gotten injured at Milan? I don't know. There was Hoylmund. That was a good operation. I don't know who's available right now. I honestly don't know who's available right now. I saw that we were linked to a German kid, or a kid that plays in the Bundesliga. They're saying he's very good. He's one of those maybe top and future German superstars. But it's a player that you gotta wait for sure. Moneyball. There is zero clarity on strategy, to be honest. No, I see the strategy, AJ. I see the strategy. For me, the strategy is very clear. It is operate everything on this system, this financial system devised by these guys in Houston, Texas, Billy Bean's people, and use algorithms tied to the financial aspect and keep a certain financial line. It's all about keeping a certain financial line. That's what it is. How long do we have to wait with only youngsters before winning trophies? I think we should move on from the youngsters thing. I think we should get players that are mid 20s, that are close to being 30. Those players like between 27 and 30 that are already of a certain level. Just one, two, three here and there. Okay. Rodney Krunic, 33, was a great utility player, except he's been taking it easy this year. Just about time to sell him. He seems to be out of it. He wants to go. He definitely seems to be out of it. Some of the youngsters that are being bought can produce immediately. That's usually a long shot, but it does happen sometimes. What about Florentino of Benfica? I have not seen us being linked to this player. I agree. The only player that I've seen us being linked to is a German player so far in that position. I agree that we should get players who are ready if we want to compete at the highest level, but players like this guy here, like Raugo, are truly phenomenal, and we should get them regardless. Phenomenal. All right. Okay. Let's. Phenomenal. You call him. All right. Let's see. Let's see if he's phenomenal. Now, listen, I don't disagree with that. I think if there are good youngsters and you think these youngsters are going to become the best of their generation, especially for, I don't know, is he German? Who does he? I read he's German. Can you confirm that? CDK seemed phenomenal. Also, no movement on stadium, snail pace. Yes, the stadium thing is going slow. We knew that was going to be slow. No one picks up Fulani's call. We aren't attracting serious talent. That means barely making top four and being eliminated in the first round of UCL. Who are we kidding here? That management isn't serious. Now, yes, that is a big issue that you pose, AJ. Like this is a reality. What AJ you're saying, that network of friendships and connections is very important. It's extremely important. And that network that Maldini was building was a complete another level, man. But look at the network that Marotta has, right? Marotta has an incredible network of relationships in that sector where he can really get, big players and he can operate with the big teams somewhat on the same level too. Yeah, our network of connections, relationships has to be weak right now. It's basically just the same agents. It's the Beppe Rizzo, and then they go to mid-level talent around Europe. So they need to improve on that as well. CDK never seemed phenomenal. Now, Maldini said that CDK is young. Let's see if CDK actually will turn out to be a good player. We'll find out. I did see some good stuff from him a few games ago. Against Napoli, he played really well. CDK played really well, like really good plays, clever technical plays. Against Torino, inexistent. Okay. So Chunk is saying that this player is phenomenal. Okay, all right. Okay, so this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Phenomenal is a big word, my man. is a big word. Like phenomenal is Ronaldo. Ronaldo is a phenomenal. He sets the standard, right? Ronaldo el fenomeno. Speaking of Ronaldo el fenomeno, Endrick, this the new Brazilian player coming up. This kid is incredible with the ball. This kid is incredible with the ball. And he does have a little bit of that Adriano and Ronaldo feel to him. His technique going through players is super pristine, super dialed in, super focused. Watch out for Endrick, guys. This player is really good. Watch out for Endrick. All right. CDK's number seemed phenomenal, not his plays. All right, just give me a second. We're gonna put up a video of this kid, and we're gonna see if he's phenomenal or not. Okay. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Perfecto. Oh yeah. Okay, let's see, guys. We're gonna. So this player apparently is linked to Milan. Some reports are saying that he is. It's pretty much a done deal. Some reports are saying that this is a done deal. At least that's what I've read so far. The Milan is really close to signing. And there's another report that says that a player called Popovic. We can check him out as well. But let's see if this guy is who Chunk says he claims to be. Okay, phenomenal, huh? Let's see. Let's see if this kid is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Roy, are you basically saying we should get Kevin Lasagna? I've never been a big fan of Kevin Lasagna, to be honest with you. All right, so height. Wow, he's tall. Damn. 17 years old. He's that tall. Holy shit. Position CM, CDM, cam. Preferred foot, right. He's similar to Paul Pogba, Milankovic Savic, and Gravenberg. Okay. Damn. That's no significant weaknesses. Okay. Let's see. Citizenship, German, and I don't know what flag it is. I should know. I don't know what it is. Okay, appearances 7, goals 2, assists 1, pass success rate 80%, market value 500K. Bruh, come on. 500K. That's a red flag already. In Germany, his market value is 500K. That's a red flag already. But let's keep on going. Okay, he's 17, by the way, guys. So he's 17. Obviously, that is something that you need to consider. Very difficult for a 17-year-old to come to Milan. And let's see. Okay. Okay, but bruh, like phenomenal, guys, is another thing, guys. Like phenomenal is R9 is phenomenal. Like you can't use the word phenomenal on a player that doesn't remotely even do half of a quarter of the things that R9 can do. Like this is not phenomenal. Come on, my man. This is normal. Like I mean, I guess the interesting thing about him is that he's so young and so fully developed already. I guess that's what makes him interesting at such a young age. But to say that this is phenomenal, my man, please, bro, please, phenomenal. Yeah, I think the interesting thing about him is really just his age and how developed he is. I think that's what makes him very interesting. Footballing wise, I mean, he looks like a normal player to me. Um, Maybe he can become similar to Chamani in being very aggressive and technical. Definitely not a Pogba. Not even close to being a Pogba. That comparison is bad. Uh, see, Savic, Milankovic Savic. I don't know because Savic. One of Savic's big thing was his incursions in the box. His incursions in the box are super top level. I I don't know. These highlights don't show if he does incursions in the box. And judging by the amount of goals he scores, it doesn't seem like he does that. But again, what is interesting about this player is his age and how developed he is already at his age. I think that's really what makes him quite unique. But um, yeah, phenomenal a little bit, a little bit too much maybe. Yeah, I would say that it's a good profile. Yeah, for sure. No, Turam is a little bit more. Turam is more creative and technical than this player, Kefren Turam. Kefren Turam is more of a. Kefren Turam maybe is more similar to Pogba in certain ways because he has more of a offensive DNA. This guy to me does not seem. He seems like a midfield. Like okay, you know actually what who he reminds me of Vieira. That's who he reminds me of. He seems like that kind of midfielder, like a Vieira kind of midfielder, that kind of profile. made the archetype. That's hilarious. That's funny shit. Funny. Interesting profile. Obviously, guys, this guy cannot come and like really take over. It'd be very difficult for him to just come first year take over. A player like this would need for sure at least 1 year of minimum of adaptation. So it's a developmental project with this guy. It's not like, hey, we need this player because we need to win the next game. It's more like we're going to get this player, we're going to develop him, we're going to increase him in value, and then let's see what happens. Essentially, he's 17. 17. Now, I think, guys, Germany is always creates good players. So if you can get your hands on like the best German talent of the future, I think that's a plus. So I'm not against the operation. Obviously, at 17, a player developed like this has value for sure. Wembenyama of soccer. Wait, hold on. Does that mean that he keeps on growing? If he's 17, 6'4", I wonder if you keep on growing if you're already 6'4". Because you still, in theory, you still grow until what, 24? You get your full height at 24, 25. Nah, that'd be insane if he keeps on growing. That'd be crazy. When Chukwueze starts balling out soon enough, I want apologies starting with you, Nathan Van Roy. As listen, I've said it a million times, Chukwueze is not the player that you think he is, okay? Like, he's a good player. He's a good player. But, yeah, he's just not the player that you think he is. He's honestly like... maybe if you compare him to Italy and the Italian hierarchy of wingers, maybe he's like somewhere where Orsolini is. Like, maybe he's there. Maybe Orsolini is better. I think that's where he stands if you compare him to the hierarchy of Italian wingers and you put him par to par with one of the Italian wingers. I think he's at the level of Orsolini, but I think Orsolini has a better foot than he does. Orsolini is more precise and has better vision. Absolutely. Him and Thuram have some dominance and ball progression. Thuram has nothing to do with the creative force of nature and technical, actually, like Pogba. I mean, when I saw him, to me, he seemed... I really saw him in the U21s. Link. No link. Herbert left from Shima back. I said it live, what to expect from Chuk. I've been spot on about our transfer. I should have placed bets. I would have won a lot of you and Milan. That's hilarious. He's the best YouTuber in box-to-box talent in the world. That's a fact. Jesus, man. You are fucking like going pretty, insane with the attributes. The best U21 box-to-box talent, Kefram Turam. I don't know. I don't think so, man. Dude, I don't think Kefram Turam. Maybe he's in the conversation. Maybe he's in the top. When you say U21, you mean the national teams U21 or under the age of 21? In the national teams U21, yeah, for sure, France has some of the best talent, so they're definitely in the conversation. But in the world, if you say under 21, I don't think he best talent in the world. Really? Is he? John Neves is better, but he's up there. Okay, yeah. The kid is 17, still plenty of room to grow. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Obviously, as I said, if Milan get him, it's probably a good operation. It's a good operation. It seems like he's playing youth football, by the way. So yeah, be a great operation. Thuram is 23. All right. Yeah, but he's not phenomenal, dude. Bro, you can't just call players phenomenal. Like that's something that you have to leave for the special players. Phenomenal is a huge word. Huge word. Got to respect the word phenomenal. And I'm talking in terms of talent potential, not his current output. Well, that has to be seen, but yeah, why not? Absolutely. I mean, listen, if he's listen, guys, it's very easy to tell who the best players of the future are going to be because we don't need to even do, you know who does that for us? The damn national football federations do that for us. They tell us right away who the best players of the country are going to be. Right? It's the players that get called up from the national team since their age of 15, 16, 17, 18. Obviously, this player seems to have done that course. Obviously, he's one of the best players coming up in Germany. So obviously, it's a good signing if we do it. I'm not against it. Roy, what do you think of purely persistent with reindeers as a DM? I'm not a fan at all. Well, is he playing reindeers as a DM? The way I've seen how he plays reindeers, it gives him reindeers seems to be a box to box playmaker. But I don't see him like stay there in front of the back line and protect the back line. I see him go up a lot actually. So I wouldn't consider Reindeers a DM. Experienced established players we need so the youngsters benefit from it. I'm telling you, he's lascia stare, va. Phenomenal. Bra. Ma Roy, whatever happened to the beef with Milan Lab? We cool now or just don't associate? I'm cool. You know, I got no beef anymore. Uh I've kind of moved on. I've passed, I don't give a shit. Tutto Campo has been playing him as a DM for the past 3 games. Has he? A DM for me, what DM means? A player that is a defensive player, a defensive midfielder. So a player that whose main duties are defensive duties with the ball and off the ball. With the ball meaning that you are the reset guy, right? You're the guy that kind of makes sure it's okay to go forward with the ball. And off the ball, you're the guy that is protecting the defense. I haven't seen him playing that position. I see him kind of being more as a central mid, essentially, more a classic central mid where he does box to box and he tries to do offensive plays. He gets in good positions, 1-2s. I'm not seeing a defensive midfielder. Goulet was phenomenal. Yes, sir. Goulet was phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Okay. Football is art. Football is art. Football is technique. And Goulet had definitely a moments of phenomenal moments. If you expect him to come to Milan and break the Serie A, of course you're wrong. But that doesn't mean he isn't a phenomenal talent with world class potential. Okay, bro. Like phenomenal. You use the word phenomenal with players with exceptional feet. Okay, like that's a phenomenal player. A player with exceptional feet. And now there are certain aspects maybe you can call phenomenal, like let's say the way someone uses their body, or the way someone shields the ball, or but for me, honestly, phenomenal should be used so far. So far, there have been 2 players in the world that I've seen in this past year that I would dare to use the word phenomenal. Arda Güler and Endrick. These 2 players, I might dare using the word phenomenal. And they're both fucking 17. Obviously, this guy can be one of the guys that stops in the future Endrick and Arda Güler. He'll be maybe this player here is going to be, Arda Güler's and Endrick's nightmare in World Cups in the future. Who knows? Even Rangers themselves know that he's doing what he's doing anymore. Okay. Football is art. Max Allegri has left the chat. Allegri is doing a great job this year. His football sucks. It's definitely the worst kind of football I've ever seen. But this year, things are going his way, so can't argue with results. All right, there was another player that Milan bought. Popovic. So let's see who this kid is. Reports are saying that we got this player. Let's see. Let's check him out. Oh, okay. So he comes from Partizan Belgrade. Matija Popovic. Let's see if there are any highlights of this player. The reports are very bold, and they're saying that this player is an AC Milan player. So let's check him out. 2 weeks ago. Perfect. Okay, here we go. All right. .186 attacking midfielder, Partizan right foot, January 8th, 2006. 18 years old. Other position, left wing, right wing, center forward, versatile playmaker, weakness, balance. Okay. Strength, technique, finishing, player grades. Okay, this, we can skip this. I'll be the judge. Yeah, we can skip all of this. We can skip all of this. Flair, 8.10. 8 out of 10. All right, let's just get to the player. Let's see. All right, so first of all, first thing you notice right away, youth football, okay? That's the first thing you got to notice right away. So, again, we're dealing with youth players, Primavera players. Oh, my Lord. Is this the guy? Oh, it's another one of these overgrown teenagers. Okay, they're going. Okay, so there's a commonality here. Overgrown teenager. It looks like Milan is going for the overgrown teenagers. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that these guys are going to be good, just because right now they have outgrown their category, their class. Doesn't mean that they're going to be good in the future, by the way. So watch out for that. I mean, again, like, this is obviously a Primavera player. This guy would probably struggle to make the Primavera team. Yeah, okay. That's right. We got to get the basketball players. We got to get all the basketball players. What do kids eat these days? What view is this? Drone view? Yeah, for sure. Oh my Lord. That shit was in slow motion. These guys are playing in slow motion. Why does Milan even waste their time, dude? Why? Oh, you missed it. I mean, listen. Okay, yeah, strengthen the Primavera. See if he works out. Give it a shot. I guess it's a bet. I don't know how much it costs. Obviously, guys, we're not. Uh, None of these signings here are for the first team. So whatever. Overgrown teenagers, Roy. You know who else falls in that category? I hate to be that guy. You know what I want? You want me to guess, huh? Oh, what? The kid that scores tons of goals against players that are 3, 4 years older than him? Yeah, he's definitely an overgrown teenager as well, though. He fits the criteria. This kid is playing the wrong sport. This is Moncada illusion. Can we get when are we going to get like a real signing? Like a real badass signing? Like one of those signings that are just like, damn, okay, all right, now we're in business. Now we're talking. Why don't we do one of those? Yeah. Okay, so Chiaia returns to training on the field at Milanello. Okay, let's check out Miranda. So Miranda is another player that Milan has apparently signed. Again, the reports are extremely bold. We're pretty much saying that this is a done deal. The next report should be it's official now. So the reports are. I'm not saying this shit, guys. I'm not making this shit up. You can go read it for yourself. Miranda is pretty much a done deal. Juan Miranda. So let's see what this guy's all about. What do you mean he's not killing it in the Primavera, bro? What are you talking about? Oh my lord. Let's be honest, just given time, just by killing Lozano. Okay, first of all, Camarda is killing it in the Primavera because he has a tons of goals in all competitions. Now, I know that in the league, his numbers are poor, but in the Coppa Italia, his numbers are great. And in the Youth Champions League, where the level is super high, well, is higher in theory, I'm assuming, he has great numbers: 2 assists, 3 goals out of 5 games. So his offensive output in the Champions League has been phenomenal. Phenomenal. In the Primavera League, bruh, not Youth League. In the Primavera, he's doing good. He's keeping the ball. Yeah, listen, I agree. He's not ready to be the striker of AC Milan. Nobody's saying that. He's not even eligible to be a professional yet. Not a phenomenal addition, though. This player here. Okay. Conspiracy theory. Berlusconi 2.0 will replace Pioli with Sacchi 2.0 with wrong perception. I don't know what you mean. When InvestCorp takes over, maybe then. Yeah, okay. Listen, let's check out this other player called Juan Miranda. So this signing here, guys, is just it's for the Primavera. It's a player that will be playing for the Primavera. Judging on his footballing technique, I don't know, hard to say, because in this league, the rhythm is extremely slow. The intensity is non-existent. This pretty much looks like it doesn't really look like these players. I don't know. I don't see any intensity at all. I don't see any intensity at all. I see. So it's hard to tell. The German, of course, the German league is completely different, and the German youth system is completely different, and they definitely had much more intensity. for sure. He's a very good talent though. Look at how he runs with the ball, being that tall. He's got skills. Yeah, it looks like a Sunday game between friends. Yeah. Gabriel Moscardo, that's another phenomenal talent. Vabbè, dai. Ragazzi, ragazzi, fenomeno. Fenomeno. Listen, let's Furlani just said that he got a phenomenal left back. So we're going to check out the phenomenal left back that Furlani just got us. Juan Miranda, guys. Let's see. Apparently, this player is an AC Milan player. All right, Spanish national team. That's good if you're from the Spanish national team. That says that you got good feet. So that's already a very good sign. National team players is what you want. That's the standard. That's a gold standard, national team players. So already we're starting off on a good note. Okay, he's good. I like him. Yeah, he's a good player. This guy's a good player. Oh, he's got technique. Oh, this guy's good. You see, you can tell right away when a player is good. You don't need to watch much highlight. You need 3 seconds to tell if a player is good or not. All right, this is a good signing, guys. This is a good signing. So this is a player that will be replacing, will be like Theo's bench warmer. Huge difference between him and Balotelli. This player can play football. And he scores goals. Wow, it almost seems like they found the Theo Hernandez substitute. Almost seems like they found a Theo Hernandez replacement, guys. I don't think we're getting Miranda because of depth, guys. I think we're getting Miranda because someone is leaving this summer. Because it's literally the same player. Okay, this is a good signing, guys. I got to give it to you. Furlani, good job. This is a good signing. This is a good signing. Spanish national team player. You can tell right away. This guy's got feet. He's intelligent on the ball. Great technique, passing range. His tempo is really good. Like, this is a proper football player. All right. Okay. Okay. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. So I guess, guys, this is the new Theo Hernandez. This is obviously, guys, this is what's happening. This is exactly what's happening. Theo Hernandez is being sold this summer. This is what this Miranda signing is. He is the replacement of Theo Hernandez. He's literally the same player. Campione d'Africa e campione d'Italia. Fenomeno. Balotelli. Fenomeno. What happens to Bartesaghi? Bartesaghi has to go through his course. This is a good player. This is a good player. This is a good signing. If it's true that this signing is done, I'm actually quite pleased because a player like this can only raise the technical level of a team. So if this is what the media says, a done deal, and this will be the best signing they will do. This is definitely better than all the signings that we have done so far by miles. if this is your replacement for Teo Hernandez, then you're in good shape. You're in good shape. Meaning, if this is your number 2 for Teo, but this player here, you can't keep him on the bench. So how's that going to work? A player like this should not be on the fucking bench. A player like this should be playing, maybe not every game, but a lot of games. So how is that going to work out? Interesting. He has Miss La Masia written all over him. Yeah, that's right. That's one of the top level schools, institutions of football. Very interesting. Say bye-bye to Teo Hernandez. Yeah, it really does look like this is the replacement of Teo Hernandez. Out of CL, won't be many games left to play. How old is he? I think he's 23 or something like that. 23, 24. Let's see if we can find the Miranda report. No, okay, now this is a player that can actually. This is real depth. Okay, if this is for at least for the rest of this season, a player like this is like depth that you can take seriously. Because this guy, he's good. He's good. Let's find a report. Yeah, Teo's gone. Then he's bet if he's bet on. Yeah, I mean, look at this player. He plays exactly like Teo Hernandez. Like, to me, it's very, very suspect. Very suspect. But at least it's. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. He's. Let's find the replacement. Mike Teo will play attacking CB. DW. This Blanche is. Oh yeah, for me too, bro. 100%. 100%. For me, this Planches is he's a phenomenal goalkeeper. This Planches is as far as goalkeepers, like he's Mike. He's Mike Magnan. He's uh he's Mike Magnan already at 21 or 20. This Planches is I have no idea why he's not at a top club yet. It's crazy. But yeah, he's a top goalkeeper. I'll totally get him. And if he's not ready, just keep him as a second goalkeeper, and then he will be ready. This is a ready player, no waiting around. It does give you that vibe, like he is a ready player. And again, like he's not coming in to be the main guy. He's coming in there to cover for Teo Hernandez. So even that works out for him. Like the pressure is not crazy. Right? He's not coming in to be a superstar. He's coming in to be a solid role player. So this is a good. I would say this is a good operation. I think this is a good operation. Desplanches Mike, say no to drug kids. Yeah, no, Desplanches, his reflexes remind me of Mike Magnan. He's got the same kind of reflexes where he will do these crazy reflex saves in tiny pockets of space, and he has that same kind of feline reflex to him. And also, he's very courageous. He's very courageous. He comes out at you with his feet. He's got good feet. He's perfect. Desplanches is the next big Italian goalkeeper. There's no doubt about it. I have no doubts about it. Okay, this is a good signing. We like it. We like it. We like it. Good signing. Good signing. If Miranda, Jordan, and Teo can get expelled as much as yeah, that's right. If Miranda joins in, Teo can get Miranda, ex-Barcelona player. All right, so that needs to be said, okay? Like the Barcelona rejects tend to have poor mentality. So that needs to be seen. There is the red flag is okay, the value, the market value of the player. That is a red flag. Also, let's look at Dest. Dest was a player that was very technical, but then when he came to Milan, bro, he could not get, yeah, well, what, couldn't do anything. So maybe there is that thing that can happen. Like this Miranda kid comes to Milan, he just has really poor mentality. Physically, he struggles. He doesn't train properly. So there's one. But from what I've seen there, I don't think so. I think we got a real player in our hands. Paul, Mike is 7 years old. The sponsor is very good. Stop being anti-Italian or what? You're from Ghana, technically. Oh, damn. Damn. The shots. Woo. Woo. Roy, this is like saying CDK looks like a cat. No, dude. What the? No. What the fuck, bro? Oh, my God. No, bro. No. This is comparing This is looking at the performance with his own class, right? Because Desplanches is performing with his class, his peers, and the performances he's doing with his peers resemble the performances that Mike is doing with his peers. And most of the time, 95% of the time, what you see at the U21 level, international level, is what is the football of the future. All the U21s that play every single 2 years of the tournament, those are the guys that are going to be winning the World Cups, the Champions Leagues. Those are the European players that are going to be the best players around Europe. So Desplanches is already part of that group. He's excelled in every single national category he's been in, got into that final of the U20s. Right now he's in the U21. He's looking great. I think Italy hasn't conceded a goal yet. I think Italy has the best deep. I might be wrong about that. Maybe one goal. No, he's good. He's really good. Des was a testa di caso. You could tell from his face. Miranda seems like a good kid. Okay. Laugh. When did you learn to speak like a black American boy? You kidding? Whoa, the beef. Yo, do you guys want to come and beef it out online? You guys can come and beef it out here. Guys, do we want a Nathan v. Paul battle? Let's get a Nathan v. Paul battle going on here. But you're trying to be a Texan, so I will allow it. Des have a perennial look of being high out of his mind. I don't know. I expected a little bit more out of Des, but it was a mentality thing for sure. Like I feel like well, again, like he came in the last day of the market, so you can't even blame him. Had no time to assimilate, no time to do anything. Nathan, you have been to Italy before? Yes or no? Yes, prove them on. All right, let's do it, guys. Let's get Paul and Nathan 1v1, battle it out, talk your shit. All right, Paul and Nathan, let's go. Come on, guys. Settle your beef. This is the perfect time to settle your beef. It couldn't have been, the timing couldn't have been better, guys. Paul and Nathan, let's go. Come on. Is he linked to Milan, bro? I don't want to just right now. I want Nathan and Paul to settle their beef because it's obviously got into a boiling point, and it needs to be settled. Oh shit! Nathan showed up, so if Paul doesn't show up, that makes him a chicken.
We already know Paul's bitch made just like CDK.
Now you have to show up, Paul, because Nathan has showed up. If you don't show up, you lose. Martin Baturina. What's up, Nathan? How you doing?
Pretty good. Just I finished one of my exams today for my classes, and now just watching this Chelsea versus Man U game.
What is it? Cup?
No, I think this is the league.
Oh, it's league. Okay. What's
I
the
think so.
score?
1-1. Both goals are good. They were good.
Okay. Who scored?
Okay, I couldn't even tell you who they are.
Come on, Paul. Charge your phone. Let's go. What's up, Raul? How you doing, my man? What you studying, Nathan?
Cybersecurity and ethical hacking.
Is hacking ethical?
It won't be once I get a hold of it, but that's what the title says.
What is ethical hacking? What is it?
I don't know.
Security?
For all you guys, I'm gonna get you guys all the free porn sites. Don't worry.
Nice. That's ethical. I'm assuming it's security, right? Probably.
Yeah, it's like security.
What the fuck, Paul? Is Paul ducking? Bro, Paul is ducking. No. There's no way Paul is ducking. No chance in hell.
It's because he knows Paul's studying to be an honorary Texan, so it's gonna take him a little bit to get used to being like a man again.
Damn. Yeah, this is what happens when you don't show up, Paul. This is what happens. Crazy, 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 crazy. So, what do you expected? Oh, wow. Wow. Unbelievable.
I'm gonna let Paul make it. Paul's been kind of funny today. I'm gonna let him make it.
All right. Let's see. He's a goal scoring Mezzala, which you desperately need. Great talent in Croatia. They call him the next Modric. But let's get players that we're linked with. Like, if we're gonna judge players, let's judge players that we're linked with. Like, like I don't want to be the scout of the world.
Speaking of players, who is this? The league keeps popping up every now and then, but who is this defender that apparently is studying under Nesta in I think Serie B?
Oh yes, I've seen that. Let's check.
Like, I keep seeing links, and every time I forget to bring it up.
Let's see. I've seen that. Yeah. I think he plays in the U19.
Apparently, we're. Oh yeah.
I think so. Let me just check. Apparently, what?
Well, because apparently Milan's linked with him and maybe one or two other clubs. I can't remember. But he's Italian, so I'm sure the leak is fake.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I saw the article as well. When I see us being linked to Italian players, I don't really pay too much attention to it.
Yeah.
Because I just know this club won't do it.
Any more news on the growth decree being abolished?
Well, I don't know. They were saying they're going to abolish it. Okay, Alessandro Marcandali. Let's check him out. 'Cause, 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 He's showing up. What did you think of Miranda?
I thought he looked good. He certainly passes the eye test. And who does he play for again right now?
Betis.
Real Betis. Okay. I mean, they're actually a pretty good team. They always give people a hard time. I'll pay attention to them, or I'll try and pay attention to them this weekend, or whenever they play again.
Yeah. And what is your overall opinion on Jonathan David?
I mean, he's good. I still would prefer Brobe from Ajax, just because I feel like he's a bit more versatile.
Mhm.
But I mean, he stayed at Lille too long. Like, he got to where he needed to be, but then he stuck around too long, and so he's kind of regressing. But if he leaves now, I'm sure he could come good again.
Mm.
But he has to leave
He's-
now, though. Like, if he stays, he's fucked.
He needs motivation.
Well, he
A
needs to be
new-
with better players too.
Or rather, he needs new motivations or new reasons for him to be motivated. All right, so this is the player. He's playing in Serie B with Nesta. That's a very Tomori-esque kind of play. Aggressive. And he is with a national team of a U20.
Did it say how tall he was?
I didn't see, but
He
judging by
looks kind of
this,
tall.
he looks maybe similar to Chow, 9.4 or 9 between 9.4. 194. Between 190 and 194, maybe. I don't know.
He has.
I like
He
it.
seems pretty strong. So far, from what I've seen, I like him. Yeah, you're right. He's like a mixture of like Chow and Tomori.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe not the speed of Tomori, but he's like in that halfway point. He's definitely strong from the looks of it. And he's tall, so aerial battles will be good for that.
Yeah, he does a very good. He reads the passes really well. At least in these highlights, the highlights that we're showing, like he's always a
Chuck said he's an Italian Nigerian.
Italian Nigerian. Well, he's in the U9. He's been in the Italian
Yeah.
system.
I mean, I think he looks good, to be honest. I know when I was reading the
he
thing, it
does.
said that he kind of like slowed down a bit, but now he's picked back up since he's been under Nesta, which again, that's one of those things that people need to look out for. If a player is being mentioned, not being compared to a legend, but is a legend is taking notice and is mentoring them, those are things to look out for.
He definitely has the qualities to at least add depth. I think to me, he seems like he's ready, not to necessarily be a first team player or starting 11 right away, but to get himself in a defensive rotation and kind of just be there and eventually, grow
If
to the
he
top.
would have came this year, he would have got a shit ton of game time.
You think so?
I mean, we have no defenders, so I think he would have got quite a bit of time. Like,
Yeah,
instead of putting
good.
Teo
Looks
at
good.
left back, we could have had him in there, and that he would have got a lot. He would have been next to Tomori, which he wouldn't be by himself. He'll have an experienced person with Tomori and Teo by his side. I think that's the best environment to grow.
Can't be worse than Pellegrino, Herbert says.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a fact. We don't need him. We got Matteo Gabbia, who, according to someone, is better than Shaw. But man, What's
I still stand by what I said.
Settle your beef, Paul.
Hey, I stand by what I and Gate has been doing good since he's been on loan too. By the way,
Yeah, he has. Like, so we checked his he's played every game in Europe, almost every game in Europe, as a starter for Villarreal, and he's played half of the games as a starter for what you call it, for the league. So he's getting playing time. Seems like he's doing well. He is a player that knows how to pass a ball around. Like, he's got good vision, he's got good control.
his positioning is good too, which he doesn't get enough credit for that. He has good positioning.
Yeah, he's performing well right now. So if you're going to bring him back, great. Yeah.
Like,
But
if we could get this kid from Nesta and then just leave Gabi on loan for a year or two,
yeah,
I mean, that's a good
I
situation.
I agree, for sure. I agree. Roy Martin, Baturina, Jean Neves, or Gabriel Moscaro, all of them have linked to. No, they're not linked to us, dude. Stop it. They're not linked to us. So Martin Baturina, I have seen him before. I don't know who Jean Neves is, and Gabriel Moscardo. I saw him. I saw some reports on him. Yeah, I've seen Martin Baturina. I've already seen him. Pellegrino have a look and it's just like, what the hell am I doing here? That's hilarious. Okay, so what do you think? All right, fine, we'll do a Baturina video, whatever. No. You said that Gabriel Moscardo is phenomenal. Okay, let's see. Let's see if he's phenomenal. The term phenomenal is being used too loosely, Nathan.
I agree. Well, I agree. Phenomenal. To be honest, the last truly phenomenal young player, yeah, Arda Guler, yeah. When I see her phenomenal, I think of guys like Pateau, things like that.
Phenomenal, yeah.
Like, that's phenomenal.
Okay,
I'd even be willing to say that even Endrick is nowhere near as close to Pateau's level. Not even close.
Really?
Yeah. I've
He looks
watched
good to me.
enough
really
games
good.
of Endrick. Endrick is definitely good, but I would definitely, without hesitation, put Pateau above Endrick.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Gabriel Moscardo. Okay, let's see. Moscardo.
Oh, also Barcelona in January is getting Victor Roque. I guess he's turned 18 or something, and he will be joining Barcelona. So we should be able to watch how he performs for them.
Who?
Victor Roque. Remember the Brazilian? I think he's a winger that we were linked with for a while as well. I think we were actually heavily linked with him. What, like last year or something like that?
Oh, okay, yeah, I vaguely remember. Share screen. Okay, so let's see if this Gabriel Moscardo is a phenomenal player. So he's playing in Corinthians in Brazil. This is professional football, so that's a good sign. Okay. All right. Okay, I like him already. Yeah. Sign him up. He's playing with the big boys and he is wait, how old is he? Oh, is he Argentinian or Brazilian? Okay, let's this kid here is interesting. He's 18. Wow, Brazilian. Ooh, freaking Brazil, bro. Okay.
Is this guy a center mid or what?
Seems
Because
like
it seems to be
a center mid, yeah.
maybe a winger.
It looks like he's playing in the middle, so center mid. Looks like he's a pure CM or an attacking. No, it doesn't look like an attacking midfielder. Well, I mean, yeah, if this guy's good,
I
I
think
like
you're
him a
right.
lot.
He does look like a CM.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Hola, Brasileiro. He's got the fucking samba feet. Wow.
My only thing is we have, except for Musa doesn't do it to that extent, but we have players who are already doing what he's doing.
Well, reindeers. But this
Right.
guy maybe is better than reindeers.
Right. So that's what I was saying. If you get him, we would have to do something with reindeers then.
Yeah, get reindeers out. This guy's way better just by watching this. Now, this is very smart. This player is very intelligent.
Like if you wanted to keep both just to see how one would do, I would try and get him in January. So that way, he has 6 months to get used to Serie A, and he can, come in for reindeers, so we can see how he does.
This kid is going to some big European team, man. There's no chance he's coming to Milan, bro. There's no chance in hell he's coming to Milan.
But Roy, if we actually decide to act quick for once, we could get a lot of these players. But Milan just,
Nah,
especially in the Brazilian market, we have no reaction time actually.
check this out. Check this out, Nathan. All right, listen to me and tell me, just being logical. Okay. So now there's this report here. I don't know if it's probably true. It's probably not true. I don't know. So Juventus next year has a plan to structure their club with this group of people. Michel Platini as the president of the club, Giuntoli as the DS, Giorgio Chiellini as a general manager, and Antonio Conte as the coach.
That's a grade A lineup, a grade A managerial lineup.
Who the fuck would choose Furlani and Jerry over that?
Yeah, that's
the problem, man.
That's a grade A lineup. That is pretty much. I mean, yeah, that's fucking hella good. I ain't gonna fucking lie. That's really good. Kind of like when we had both Boban and Maldini.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Now I don't know if they're going to do that, but that's what we're talking about. So for me, is like talents like these. I don't see them go like, yeah, I'm going to go follow Jerry and Scaroni's project. It's like I don't see that. Like
even for players like this though, why is it Furlani and these guys are not scouting in Brazil? Like you can't tell me that the algorithm thinks that the Brazilians aren't good enough. Or Argentinians.
I think from what I'm seeing, these guys are operating exclusively in the European market, where they can take advantage of the growth decree, but also the European market is easier to get players from the European market. The South American players seem to be contested much more.
Well, that's the thing, is Milan actually has pull in South America. Like, look at the Brazilians that you made. But you think about it though. Look at none of these teams in Italy have the Brazilian market that we do.
But again, if you are a player, okay, like if you are in this guy's shoes and you have the option to go work for, let's say, the Michel Platini, Conte, Giuntoli, and whatnot, or work with Furlani, Jerry, Dottavio, and Scaroni. Like, obviously, you're going to choose. Like, you're not a Milanista. You're just a professional football. You're coming from Brazil. For you, it's not about Milan, Juve. For you,
Well,
it's about your
yeah,
career.
now I agree with that for sure. But in the past, we have not utilized our Brazilian connections very well. But now I agree. I totally agree.
Leonardo was at the club. We had special connection with Brazilian players. Yeah, that's true. When
Yeah.
Leonardo was there. Yeah, that time, but that time we had the Brazilian national team in the squad. So it was an important Brazilian group. It was literally like we had Dida, we had Roque Jr., we had Cafu, we had Emerson, we had
Kaká.
Kaká, we had Serginho. So the Leonardo was there, Pato, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, etc., etc. So that connection was like it was a straight line to the best Brazilian players. It was a straight connection. Yeah, we don't have that anymore, unfortunately.
Nah, I think there was talks of Kaká being brought on to the managerial side, but nah, I don't. That hasn't materialized. Oh yeah, Thiago
Thiago
Silva.
Silva,
Yeah,
right? Yeah. There's more that I'm probably forgetting. It's probably more.
and Milan was best when we were Italian and Brazilian,
Right.
Italian and Dutch.
It was the Italian group and the Brazilian group. It was the Italian national team group, Brazilian national team group. The Italian national team group, the Dutch national team group. Italian national team group, Swedish national team group. Those were the times where we had our best runs. Every single time. It's written. It's a formula. It's written there. Hello? That's literally the formula in your face. Get a national team group and get another national team group of one of the best countries in football. Right now, France is probably the country that has the most talent, one of the probably the best right now. France. So we're off at a good start. We have the strong French connection. Now let's add that Italian connection. Then you have the winning formula.
Yeah, but until they do something about, they either need to stop caring about the growth degree, or they gotta wait for it to be taken away. But again, Milan's the only team that cares about the Italian tax. No one else cares about that.
Well, it seems like
So
Milan exclusively operates on that. Like
yeah,
they
that's
don't
what I
even.
was saying. Like we're the only ones.
Yeah, the other
No one
teams
else
will.
cares.
The other teams are building their teams in base of what they want to see on the pitch, and in based on what they think is better from a sporting sense. But also they do use sometimes they have to use the growth degree. Inter, for example, does not give two shits about the growth degree. Now they do, but they don't. Like Inter knows, you want to build a solid team, you have to have the best Italian players. You have to have a group of Italian players, and then put another core of other really good players. So they're not like when they're thinking of Frattesi, they're not like, oh my god, I gotta save my pennies, blah blah blah. No, they're going all in. For them, 40 million for Frattesi is a good investment. It's not always too much money for an Italian player. We're not looking at it like that. We're the only club that does that, but it's not even because of Italian players. It's just because in Serie A, if you buy from the Serie A, you don't get any discounts. We're exclusively operating on getting players on a discount. We're basically, going. We're we're shopping at the dollar store and thinking of being at the same level of Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, let's not even go that far ahead. We're not even at Inter's level.
Yeah. Moscardo is going to PSG. That's a big, big player for them. Reindeer's national team started. Chuk, Nigeria national team started. Jovic, Serbian national team started. They're very enough with agendas. well, Reindeers became a national team starter after he joined us. And to be honest with you, I don't know how long that is going to last. Yeah, uh, Chuk is a
Bruh,
national team starter,
look at
but again, he's at the same level of Orsolini for me. Like I think Orsolini is better than Chukwueze. Like
yeah, I think so too.
if I compare like the where Chukwueze is in comparison to the Italian wingers, like where is he according to you? Where do you put him? Like is he at the level of Zaniolo, Chiesa, Zaccagni, Politano, or well, like I think he's like somewhere around Orsolini's level. Or Berardi, like he's not that level, guys.
Paul
He's
says Paul still doesn't rate Berardi, despite him always having fantastic stats.
I saw
He doesn't.
Berardi play. Yeah, no, I saw Berardi play against Roma. Every time he has the ball, he's always doing dangerous things. And his foot, Berardi's strength is that the precision he has on his foot. It's very pristine. His vision is very good. But whatever. I mean, yeah, Fratesi for 40 million. I don't understand you, dude. But we are the team that lost 5-1. I don't understand you. That's the thing, you know? It's like, yeah, man, I want to buy cheap players, but then we lose 5-1 to Inter. It's like, okay, who's right? Obviously, they're right and we're wrong. If RC continues like this, he'll get back into the English national team, especially with Southgate gone. I'm trying to figure out why RLC has never broken through the national team, because I've been watching him. So he's had some good games. I've noticed that recently his performances have dropped. The last 2 games, I think physically he's not 100%, and he's just chasing his physicality at this point, and his performances have dropped quite a lot.
You got to remember too, because he relies so much on his physical ability, he's not taking into account the tactical side of the game. Like if someone's bigger than you, you don't beat them with strength. You beat them by being smarter than they are.
Talking about RLC?
Yeah. I like RLC though. I like him. I like that he can drive the ball forward. He just needs to keep adding to his game.
Yeah, I've noticed that his performance has just been going down recently. But yeah, when he's in top-notch form, he's good, yeah. Berardi is not a player that can play in a big team. Okay, sure. That's such a populist take. It's such a average take. Paul, I probably wouldn't pay 40 million for Vatizia, but he's a good player. Him refusing to leave Sassuolo tells me all I need to know. I wouldn't pay 20 million for Reindeers either. To be honest, if you look at Fratesi is twice the player of Reindeers. Reindeers is probably more technical than him. Reindeers is probably more technical than many players, to be honest with you. But as far as impact, output, Fratesi does double the amount of work that Reindeers does, and that's why he's worth double. But, you know, the problem is that, I don't know, whatever. He's Italian.
And remember, too, guys, people who are saying that Fratesi is too much money, you got to realize that in other leagues, players with his capability go for the same amount of money. Like, I don't know what people expect just because he plays in Italy. If he's just as good, he should be weaker. Like, he should be stupid.
No, Nathan, I'll tell you exactly what it is. And it's not really something that people are doing in an unfair way. It's because there's this phenomena that happens that when you see a player in your league, the league that you follow, and you see him every single game day, and he's there, and then you see your team beat his team, and you see the moments that that player has that are negative, you don't consider him. But when these players come from other leagues that you don't see every single time, that you only talk about, the only thing you know about them are the headlines and some highlights, you tend to believe that these players are a million times superior, that they'll never make any mistakes, when they come into the Serie A and just kick ass. But you see, that's just a a common human mistake that people do, but I don't think they're doing it because intentionally. I think it's just that they don't really. I
Well,
don't know.
then
They haven't understood that yet.
I need people to start watching more than one league because Frattesi is one of the best mids his age in any of the leagues that you're gonna find.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
No doubt.
why you think he should be worth less than them is just ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
He's not lacking skill wise. As a matter of fact, the thing that he has over the other people is the tactical side because that's what Italy focuses on. So he has the technical and tactical abilities, whereas the majority of these young players only have the technical side and they still need to develop the tactical side. So
Yeah.
why you would think you should be less than them is just it literally doesn't make any sense.
And also Frattesi's mentality, man. That guy's always hunting. He's always hunting. He's always hunting for the goal, always hunting for the play, always active. He's in one box, then a second later is in the other box. Like his work rate off the ball is super top level. So yeah, he's a great player. Like, I don't know, whatever. It's just it's
And
again, it's
and
the Italian stigma, dude.
and
Maybe
Chuck, like Chuck, okay, you say Timber, in your view, he could be better, but is he at the level tactically, the tactical thinking side of the game? Is he better? Like these are things that when players come to Italy, they have to see if they can do it or not. That's the big thing. You can be good, but if you're not good tactically, like if you don't have a football brain, that's when you get found out, especially in Italy.
yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And this isn't, and by the way, this isn't like in if he's Italian or not. This is like anyone who grows up learning the Italian system is naturally going to be better tactically than those who come from outside. Like that's just how Serie A is. So I don't want people to confuse this with, oh, he's Italian, so that's why. Nah, this is if you grew up in the Italian system, naturally you're going to be better at the tactical side of the game.
Yeah. Let's see. Frattesi has a killer mentality. Well, that's the important thing right there. Any team in the history of Serie A who has a winning team for a few years in a row had a strong group of Italian players. It's always been the formula. There are exceptions to the rule, of course, but this is not just in Italy. This is everywhere. Everywhere. In Germany, Spain, Portugal, England, Holland, you name it. That domestic core that represents the national team is it's your best asset, no matter where you are in Europe. That is your best asset. But these guys have no clue about that. They don't even consider that. They're only thinking about money. It's money, 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 baby, money. That's all it is.
Paul, you're picking and you're cherry picking. I'm talking about in general, my guy. Can you stick with in general? And
They
then
should
again,
get
where's Paul Pogba now? His mentality is fucking ass. Like, come on, that guy's not a serious person.
They should get Milankovic, a good, strong defender, and establish in Serie A. Yeah, why not? What Italian stigma? The issue isn't the player; it's Fed. No, the price is good, my man. The price is fine. There's nothing wrong with the prices. There's nothing wrong with the price. Nathan waffling yet again. Nathan, explain Pobega and what he does and brings tactically. Why doesn't Paul just come online and settle the beef that you have with Nathan, bro?
Wait, and Pobega still is our best shooting midfielder, by the way. Something that we were waiting on Reindeers and ROC and Musa to figure out how to do is shoot the ball.
Pobega is the best midfielder in the world, okay? He's the best. 100% the best. Listen, the Italian players that I would go for if I were to build a core of players. Um, I always look at who are the best players in the positions, and I think of the future. On the right side, right back side, I think Coyote is going to be the best Italian fullback there is. So I'd get him for the right side.
Oh, you said
Um,
for the right side. Okay.
for the right back as a right back
Okay.
because he's a right back. Then let's see, Casadei. Casadei is one of the big ones. Baldanzi is one of the big ones. Profundi is one of the big ones. Who else is there? Uh, Luis
U-
Haza is incredible. Vignato, incredible player.
Udoji.
Udoje, he's at Tottenham. He's doing great stuff. You have Giovane, who's absolutely, he's like a Di Marco. He's going to be like a Desplanches, who's top level, top G. So there's a lot of players that are coming up that are really good that you can potentially build a superstar team with these kids. But but whatever. Paul doesn't like it because it's too much Italian. Too much Italian. Paul is against that. Zeroli Liberali. Well, Zeroli is showing some good stuff, but a player that from our youth system. By the way, our youth team won 4-0 today in Coppa Italia. In case anybody wanted to know, our youth team Primavera. Diego Sia is having some really good numbers this year. I think something like 6 goals, 5 assists, or the opposite. So watch out for Diego Sia. And Comotto dell'11 under 16. I don't know who Comotto is. Not familiar with him. Not familiar with him. But there's a lot of players. There's a lot of really good players coming out of different youth systems. The problem is that Italy is the way the system is just. The problem is Milan. Actually, the biggest issue is Milan. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, Nathan? What it has become to.
We've been saying it for a long time.
Yeah, so there is a group that is coming up, and you don't want you like 3, 4, 5 players that are then going to become a core of a national team. These players tend to really become a strong group, and they become brothers, and they their whole career they basically play together with a club, with a national team. It's these bondages, and then the cultural aspect. It's too important to just avoid. You can't avoid that stuff. And again, like Italy in Milan, every single iteration of Milan that we had, which was very successful, had certain core ingredients. One of these core ingredients was Italian core, and then another really strong core of the national team. We had it with the Swedes, we had it with the Dutch, with the Brazilians, and now with Americans. So it's perfect. Empoli lad has good balance, I think that his name. Viene chiamato Nuovo Teo. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Marello. Burnley has a good Italian player.
Who?
Burnley?
No. What is the name that he said? Or I
Mattia
think that's
Marello.
Oh, okay. Does he play?
Does he play? I don't know.
Like,
Who does he play for? Oh, Udinese.
I thought he was talking about the Burnley player. I think isn't that Colanesho or something along those lines?
Colanesho is a very interesting player. He was part of a U19 team, and he was coming off of the bench, but he brought in a lot of energy, a lot good technique, good quality, And but he's interesting because I'm not sure if he's American. He was born in America, and he also has Italian citizenship. So I know that the U.S. is trying to. I don't know where he's going to end up. I don't know if he's going to end up with Italy or the U.S. Uh, by the time he transitions to the seniors. So far, he's been playing with Italy, but
Yeah.
he's been playing in the Italy teams. He's in England right now, correct? He's like in the
Yeah.
championship,
Yeah. No.
or is Burnley Premier League?
Shit, I wish I could tell you. I'm not entirely sure, but he has really good athleticism.
Yeah, he's really good. Very, very fast, but also technical, and also great mentality. Because in that U19 tournament, every time he came in and he brought in, his weight was you could feel the weight that he was bringing in.
Yeah.
So very interesting player. I just don't know if he's going to stick with Italy or he's going to go to the US. That's the big question I have about him. But he's a good player, yeah.
Hopefully he sticks with Italy. Hopefully.
Yeah.
That's the one thing Italy does need is some more athleticism.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I was reading about him the other day actually, and so he's being contested right now because the US national team would play him right away in the starter as a start.
Yeah.
Not as a starter, but they'd put him right away in the national team.
In fact, I have him on my FIFA team. He's my left winger.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, you have a good B team. It's basically the future of the Italian national team. Akram Jadid, under 12. Well, okay. I mean, he's 12, By the time he's going to be ready, the world will be over. Nuclear war will destroy planet Earth by the time he'll be ready. At least we seem to be moving in the right direction. Luca Coleosho, his name. Yeah, interesting profile. Very interesting profile. Okay, all right. Let's see what else there is. Okay, what do you think about the game against Atalanta? What are you expecting?
Man, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. It's not going to be an easy game, that's for damn sure. I can see like a 1-1 or something like that. Hopefully, man. That Tail playing at center back, that still worries me. Like, I know he had a good game, but I mean, look at the opponents that we played against. Atalanta is a far more technical and team than Frosinone. So we'll see what happens.
I saw them play against Torino. They were struggling. They could
Yeah,
not.
but Torino's one of those teams where if you beat them, you usually kill them, and if you don't beat them, you struggle to beat them.
Yeah, well,
like it's one of those things.
They have a defensive injury crisis in the back. They don't have Scamacca, so they are in a similar boat to us. We don't have Lau. We have a injury crisis at the back. So we're very similar in that way. So I guess things balance out.
But they have the great CDK. That's the secret
one
weapon right there.
And only, brah. The one and only. Remember how Paul was saying that CDK is like the best?
Bro, I remember a lot of people were saying that.
Caldara, yeah. Where is Caldara? I guess he got injured. Caldara. Okay, so let's see if there's any other things that we want to cover. Pirlo. Let's talk a little bit about Pirlo. Since he was linked to Milan for a little bit, we don't know whether this was just media propaganda. Paul seems to believe this particular reports that we were definitely linked with Pirlo. So let's read about Pirlo. He had an interview recently. Might have said some interesting stuff.
You said he had an interview?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's see if he said anything interesting. With Milan, I won everything, but the best victory was the first Champions League. Almost all of us were having our first experience and had been waiting to reach this goal since the beginning of the season. After a semi-final win against Inter, he said, I had way of experienced wonderful emotions over the years, also thanks to my teammates who made every moment beautiful. The wound from the final in Istanbul is difficult to heal. We won the next one, but in the moment, you don't think about future opportunities, and on occasions, I even thought about quitting. Yeah.
Damn.
Or demotivated. My adventure with Milan didn't end as I dreamed. I hoped I could stay and still be useful. When I realized that I was no longer seen as an important player, I didn't hesitate to change teams. At that time, there was a policy whereby those over 30 were only afforded a one-year contract. I was still young and unable to find an agreement. I went in another direction. Juventus. This was a revenge for me. I had a great desire to demonstrate to everyone that I was still a strong player and capable of still playing at a high level. And with Juve, I won 4 league titles and we reached a final of the Champions League. Damn, he was like, Milan, Galliani, you think I'm old? You think I'm done? I'll show you what's up. Yeah, Galliani, big mistake. Big mistake. That was one of the reasons why I didn't like Allegri. It's also because with Allegri we lost Pirlo. The journey
And
that
was
led us
stupid is he kept using them. So it was like, bruh.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was stupid.
Pirlo was a
It was
top level
stupid.
player for other 4 or 5 years.
Right.
Like he was literally one of the best midfielders in Europe. Like literally, he had even stepped a level higher. And we fucking I don't know, whatever. That period there pissed me off. They got the Allegri period really pissed me off. The journey that led us to win the first Scudetto without losing, and then the following ones began with Conte. I have a very good relationship with him. He was the first to start making me analyze situations on the pitch. I thought almost as a coach. He was a great teacher on the pitch and in football, and the way I handle certain situations and the training sessions of my boys. I take my example from him. Okay. There you go. Incredible. Chelsea United game, wasted time. I would rather watch Udinese versus Udinese. Ciao, buonasera, buonanotte, Herbert. Yeah, there you go. That's all you need to know, my man. That's all you need to know. All right, listen, I'm going to close. So, unfortunately, we did not get to see the Nathan v. Paul bout. Nonsense. He was terrible before they let him go. He was completely deflated and didn't care about Milan. What? Oh my God.
Oops. Come on.
Jesus. He didn't care. He was deflated. Well, he was deflated because they were playing him out of position, and he was deflated because now I remember that period there was a lot of criticism, but that's because Milan at that period was kind of rebuilding. They were rebuilding, and Allegri brought in a more physical approach to the game. It was basically we're going away from the entertaining the crowd and playing good football to a more pragmatic game. Basically, the game that you see today, playing with the fear of losing rather than the courage of winning. So of course he got deflated. Yeah, no, I think if Milan would have presented him a good project and would have kept him, he would have been fine.
I agree.
I think Milan dropped the ball there on that one, but whatever, it's opinions. Anyway, Mr. Nathan.
Yes, sir.
So, you know what's going to be happening soon? So after the 20th of December, we're getting into the market. So we're going to go back to the doing the lives. So Antonio and I are going to do market, but while we do the market, we're going to be playing FIFA.
That's so.
On club mode. So I know you have an account, and I know that right now maybe you will have a little bit more time. I don't know if you can, but yeah, you should join up.
A little bit of yeah. I got my. I haven't really played too much with my person since I created him, but yeah, I'll
Wait, it's
I'll join.
it's not level 100.
You said what?
What level is it? What level is your pro?
Yeah, I don't. He's not like I only played like a few games with him. Like he's
Oh
like
shit, you're down
yeah,
to you're like below 10.
yeah,
If you only played a few
he's a
games.
he's a newbie.
Oh wow, gotcha. Okay, all right.
But when I did play though,
We'll make it work.
my vision is good. So even though he's not the most technical at the moment, that's okay.
We'll make it work. Anyway, that's gonna happen after the 20th. We're gonna do that for the time being. Antonio's gonna be out of school, then he's gonna go back in school, and we're gonna stop it. So it's gonna be an interesting thing we're going to be doing. We're gonna be playing FIFA while we talk about the market.
Works for me.
All right. Anyway, Nathan, it was good to talk to you. Everybody else in the chat, good to talk to everybody. We will be doing the watch along on Saturday. I don't know if we're doing a pre-game, but we're definitely doing a post-match for sure. All right. Peace out, everybody. Forza Milan.
Forza Milan, my ninjas.
Peace.